So any of my subscribers who have seen this channel, they've seen me do this job before. I am going to fill in that slot. We'll glue that rosewood strip in, we'll let that set overnight, we'll do the math, and then we'll re-slot the bridge for proper intonation. I fabricated that rosewood strip, so press that into place. Wipe up that excess glue. We're going to let that set overnight and then we'll re-slot it in the morning. I have a little strip of Teflon that I've run over top of that insert, and then I've got those weights to just push it down tight into that slot and let it set. Well, this guitar never did play in tune because the saddle was never in the right place. This line here represents the theoretical distance, twice the distance from the nut to the center of the 12th fret. This line here represents the compensated difference. Now you'll see after I make the cut on this one, see the ghost footprint of the filler piece that I put in there. So it was virtually impossible to tune this guitar. When I'm finished, it will be surgically perfectly in tune. Okay, Laurent, down there in California, this is a tip specifically for you. These are the plates that you've seen me use in other videos. You want to pick up a couple of these double-footed clamps. The reason these things work so beautifully for this job is because you've got 3 points of contact. So what happens is the head actually pivots. These 2 feet come firmly in contact with a tapered lower bout, and this makes up the difference here, the pivot on that 3rd point. So you've got that CNC template, which is basically a copy of your Bosch Colt router. That centering pin is indicative to the center of the router. I have these holes cut in so you can actually do a visual check. So we move along that line. We've done the math. We know exactly where we're going to cut this for perfect intonation. We're just using this spring clamp as a stop. And on this side, our other spring clamp. Very simple, very effective, super solid. So because we're using a Bosch Colt router, we've got a full horsepower to cut that slot. The problem I have with the Dremel tool is it's a 1/16 of a horsepower. With the Bosch Colt, you got a full horse. Giddy up. And this is where the saddle should have went. So we'll put a little smoked ebony stain on there to kind of cover our tracks. Okay, this is the original footprint for the bass side, and this is the original footprint for the treble side. So you can see that was moved back quite a bit to get this thing to intonate perfectly. And this is set up for 11 to 52 strings, like a custom light, and of course it's got a compensated nut as well. And it's good to go. Done deal.